If you're here and you are listening to this message, it's very, very purposeful. Your soul specifically guided you to this video because there's something within this message that you are needing to hear and you are needing to experience on a soul spiritual level. And so what was coming to me was about expectations and how at times we can have very strong expectations for ourselves. Now, there's nothing wrong with having expectations. We're really taught to expect things, right? But what can get us caught up on our spiritual healing journey is when we are having so many different expectations for other people, non-realistic expectations for ourselves, and expectations for what we feel like should happen. And when we're expecting so much, we're not in flow, we're not in a space of allowing, which is really where source and your spirit is wanting you to be, because you have to admit that you don't truly know what the plan is. You don't really know what what you are meant to experience and have here on earth at this time. Like, you really have no clue. And so when you release that control aspect, the expectation can kind of bring about, you allow yourself to experience the things that you need to experience at this time or whatever time. And the thing about like the 3D realm and what we can be conditioned to do when we like come here and we start going to school and we're around people who aren't awake and we're around in different environments and stuff like that, it's like you feel like you have to perform, like you have to get to a certain place in your life. You have to be a certain version of yourself in order to find the success, the freedom, the abundance, the lifestyle that you desire or that people desire for you. But is it really what your soul desires for you? Like, when we are learning about having expectations for ourselves, expectations that are fitting within this construct is what like source is really wanting to hit home about these expectations. You can, side note, you can expect to grow, to evolve. You can expect to love and be loved and have, experiences that are fulfilling. And you can have these types of higher vibrational expectations that are more generalized. But it's when we get so specific about things that can kind of throw us off, because the specificities, the specifications can be so rigid. It can be so rigid that you trap yourself in a box and you say like, I can only experience this, and this is it, in this particular way, in this situation, and that's it. And when you're doing that, you're capped in spirit. And this is what Source is wanting us to understand, that like, yes, have the expectation of like wanting to succeed in life and wanting to experience freedom and wanting to experience true love. Like, yes, that's just kind of like a framework. But that's not saying like, okay, well, the true love has to look like this, be like this. It has to happen at this time. It can only happen after I do this, but before I do this, like you're putting too much detail. It's like too much detail. And this is what we get caught up with in the human experience, because we're taught like, you need to know exactly what you want. You need to know how you're going to get there, what it's going to look like. You need to know it all. You need to know it all. And knowing it all is not real, because you don't know it all. You only know what you've experienced. You only know what you see other people experience. But there's so much more to life. There's so much more to your soul. There's so much more to this experience that you're having, that it can't be capped by you just saying, oh, I want to experience something in this particular way. That's an expectation the source is saying that you are going to need to release in order to truly get where you're wanting to go and truly experience the things that your soul wants you to experience. And so, listen, it's not like it's easy to do, right? It can be really challenging, because you're just like, whoa, I'm like relinquishing so much control. And spirit is like, yes, Bet, do that. Relinquish control, because the control that you're having over your life is too much control. You're too much in your masculine. You need to be more in your feminine and be more in a flow and an ease type of energy, right? And so an energy where you're not feeling like you need to control everything, but an energy where you're just like, you know what, I'm going to allow my life to unfold, because it's going to unfold in the way that my highest self desires for it, which is going to be ultimately what I want. Because the idea is like, you want to merge with your higher self. You want to merge with the highest version of you that has everything that you truly desire on a soul level. And it's allowing you to feel whole, feel loved within yourself, and feel free, and feel, you know, like you're doing what it is that you set out to do before you came here. And so in order for you to merge with this higher version of yourself, it will require you to release the control. It will require you to not set so many expectations for yourself. Have boundaries. Yes, boundaries are very, very important, but not be so specific and detailed about how things have to happen. Because I can tell you that the way that you think that things are going to happen right now for you is not the way it's going to happen. So you might as well just release it. I'm sure you can think of times in your life where you said, okay, I expect that this particular situation is going to happen in this way. And did it happen in that way? No, it didn't. And you know it didn't. Right? But at times we also like to fantasize about how things are going to be, how they're going to look, you know, and there's nothing wrong with using the imagination, because the imagination is important. The imagination is in visualization, is how you manifest, is how you create. So that aspect of you is very important. But you see, the best creators, the best artists are ones that don't cap themselves or limit themselves or put themselves in a box. They just allow their creativity to flow out of them, to just ooze out of them. And so it's the same thing with us as just creators of our divine experience. Without putting ourselves in a box, being able to fully merge with our higher selves means that we are not being so specific about how things have to happen, and we're just allowing spirit to move in our life, and we're just knowing the vibration that we want to be in. We are knowing the feeling that we want to have. And so allow spirit to bring you the situations that allow you to feel that way, allow you to have those feelings without you directing the show. Remember, like Source was bringing through the other day about like how they're tired of us trying to be in the driver's seat. Like, Source wants you to get in the back seat. Well, Source wants you to be in the back seat, like get in the car, in the back seat, get comfortable, put your feet up, like, and chill and just be along for the ride, because the ride is going to get you exactly where you want to go. But it's your ego and your expectations and your logical mind, your masculine energy that's going to fuck shit up. It will. It's going to have you doing things, thinking that you need to do things. You need to act a certain way. You need to be like this. You need to be like that. You have to make this person happy. You got to make that person happy. You got to do the absolute most. But you really aren't required to do the most. It's this human experience that impresses on us that we have to do a lot. That if you have a slow life, there's something wrong with you, and that you need to be doing more. Like, it's always about doing more. But what if Spirit is saying that you don't really need to do a whole lot? You just need to follow your promptings. You just need to put one foot in front of the other based on what you're being shown is being required of you. But you don't have to try so hard. You don't have to limit yourself. You don't have to expect that things are going to unfold in the way that the mind wants them to unfold, because your mind is extremely limited. Your mind doesn't know how things are going to happen. And so your mind can only try to figure out things, and this is where your ego gets involved, based on what you have experienced previously in your life, or what you may have seen other people experience, or maybe what or maybe what you believe that you don't want to experience. So your mind starts trying to like fix it and put it together and figure out like how exactly things are going to happen in the way and all these things. And that's not what needs to happen. That's not what Source is asking you to do. That's not what your spirit is asking you to do. So it's about like releasing the expectations that you're putting on yourself, and especially the expectations that you put on other people. That's something else that can get you way, way caught up. And you want a really quick way to get yourself upset? Expect somebody to do something that you think that they should be doing. That's like the quickest way to get yourself upset. 111 1111 on my timer. Like, come on, this is a message. It's a message. Source is like, listen, the only expectations you should have for yourself is that you're going to grow, evolve, you're going to heal, and you're going to reach your highest timeline. All the other details, let spirit and let source figure that out for you. Let your spirit team figure that out for you, because that's what you called on them to do. That's what you asked your spirit team to do for you before you came here. So this is just a reminder of what it is you already set out for yourself. But you know, at like times we get caught up. We just get straight caught up, you know, and we forget about these things. And it's not necessarily like in the forefront of our mind. But this is why, you know, Source put it on me to speak on this topic, because there are a lot of us that are like, oh, well, I expected that I would be here at this point in my life. I'm this, excuse me, confirmation. We know that that's a confirmation whenever that happens. So that was for somebody specific. Like, we know that this construct puts on us that certain things are supposed to happen in our life at certain times. But you have your own soul path. Your spirit has everything carved out for you. And it's not going to look like what society is telling you you should have or you should do or you should be at this time. Remember, we're living in the 5D consciousness and higher. 5D consciousness and higher is all about relinquishing control, not having any expectations, knowing everything's going to work out for you perfectly in divine order, in divine time, in the best way that it could ever happen. It's fully about love of self, love of everything, complete unconditional love of your entire experience. And so when you are filled with love, you have no place. There's no space for you to be expecting and wondering and being in the mind and in the logical and trying to figure out how everything is going to happen. You're not doing that. What came through yesterday was being in divine flow. Divine flow is that ease. It's that lazy river energy. It's that just chilling and just allowing you, because you know what? Ooh. Thank you, Source. You are now in the energy of attracting, not chasing. You are not in the energy of chasing. Stop chasing. Allow it. Allow it. Be the magnet that literally just attracts everything to you, because you're in ease, because you're in flow, because you're not putting too much effort in, because you're just in this soft era of your life where you are just this extreme magnet to everything. And that's why everything will come to you with ease, and everything will just flow to you easily, effortlessly. And before you know it, you look up and everything that you wanted and desired is staring right back at you. It's looking right back at you because it's right there. You didn't have to do the most to get it. You didn't have to do the most to get it. You didn't have to overly chase. You didn't have to overly detail and how it was going to happen. You allowed your emotion to magnetize the thing that would bring you more of how you desire to feel. So it's about the feeling. It's about the emotion that you put behind it. It's about being a magnet. It's about not chasing anything, any situation, anybody. It's about attracting everything that you want to you. And you attract it by being in a state of bliss, of being in focusing on your self-love and how you desire to feel, what you want to experience based on how you want to feel, how you want to just ease through life as you're in this new higher level of consciousness where you're not worried about everything that people are showing you, what's in front of you. You're not worried about what the physical looks like. You're just allowing spirit to bring to you the experiences that you need most at this time. This is what you're being called to do. This is what you're being called to do. And I know it's not always easy to be that magnet. Sometimes we have things in the way. Sometimes there are areas that we need to heal in order to be that true magnet to the things that we want. We've got to raise our vibration higher. And I can help you with that through my one-on-one sessions. This is how I'm able to assist my clients with raising their vibration through releasing the things that they need to release, releasing the blocks, the things that they've been holding on to that they don't need to hold on to anymore. Through releasing that, you raise your vibration. You make it easier for yourself to call in the divine aspects of your life, your divine partner, your divine friends, your divine experiences into your life. I'm here to support you and hold space for you. Tap in with me. Tap in with me. And if you're new, subscribe to this growing community. Subscribe for these continued daily messages to be able to help you level up and get to where you want to go, and provide you with the reminders that sometimes you don't even realize that we need until we hear it and we're like, yes, that was perfect and that was right on time. I love you so very much. Thank you for showing up again for yourself today, and I will see you tomorrow in the next video. Peace, y'all.